actually watched an episode of The Walking Dead when I first joined. So once I was offered the part, I then went and binge watched all 8 seasons. And I mean, you know what it's like when you binge watch a show. Like, it starts to become part of your life. You know, it really like inhabits your everyday. But the difference is at the end, I then was like, I'm now joining this awesome show that I've been watching for 8 seasons. So I was super excited. I think when we first started, all 5 of us in the group were new. We were new to The Walking Dead, and we were new to each other. So that was a very bonding experience for us. And we got the opportunity to talk a lot about who we were to each other, how close we were, and how real they were. We got to flesh out those characters with each other. That's informed so much of Yumiko and how I play her now and where I think she's going to be going. It all kind of started with our group, really, and how much we felt like babies, you know, starting our first day at school. Like, there's something very bonding about that, and I think that's really informed all of our characters.
Like, to be honest, the slingshot was not my first choice, but they encouraged me to pick that, and after some consideration, I realized the slingshot is a brilliant choice for a weapon because you never run out of bullets, so to speak. I would love to see my character, settle down somewhere, maybe build a home, because I feel like this season just focuses on regrowth, and I'd like to see that for Connie.
For a while, I had this expectation of like where I wanted her to go, and very quickly I learned I had to throw that away. So I kind of go on the journey with the fans. I'm kind of just enjoying her as we go, the same as anybody else. I was pregnant when we shot season 7, and it was hard, but it was really empowering. And I think it's the same for Rosita. You know, we are the same gal, so I think what I feel, she feels.
You know, every season that we make, there's a certain amount that is purely based on the comic, and then there's a certain amount of remix and improvisation that we do. Obviously, the array of characters we have is different than is in the comic at this point. Daryl doesn't even exist in the comic. But I think one of the great things about it is that it allows us to keep the comic book readers on their toes as well, because they know we're going to get to these certain iconic moments, but how do we get there? There's so many wonderful characters on the show, and so we always want to develop all of them, but there's, limited time, and we have a giant cast. I'm really interested in continuing to develop the new group that came in, like Magna and Yumiko. I think they're such great actors, so as time goes on, like, we'd love to learn more about them and about Connie and Kelly, Luke. So I think they're sort of ripe for more development because they're new to our world, and so many of our other characters have had lots of story.
Any actor is playing a villain that never can approach them and going, this is such a terrible human being. You always have to find the humanity, and we're all born, we all die, and we all sort of lose our way. And it's just a matter of like what process they sort of have gone with. It's something that we sort of explore in season 10 is who is this guy? Why did he become this way? Why does he never take off the mask?
He's changed so much. I mean, he means everything. Everything kind of came from this way in the beginning, and now he like looks you directly in the face. But I feel like he's maturing in all these ways. Especially this season, they put him in so many situations that all of a sudden he has to step up and like make the calls for everybody, but he doesn't even live there. And he's got to take care of this kid, or Carol's going to beat him up. Like he's in all these weird scenarios that he's trying to like think on his feet. And Alpha comes to the gate and she's like, "Who's the leader?" And nobody says anything. And I'm like, "Guys, I don't even live here." I'm like, "Let me go talk to him." So he's doing a lot of stuff that he normally wouldn't be asked to do. So I really like where he's going this year. This was a great year for Daryl. I've been on this show for so long. I've seen so many people come and go on the show, and the ghosts of all those characters are with me every day. I remember making that show in the very beginning, and all of us were just like so gung ho, and there was a lot of effort and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into making this show such a success. And so it's a good pressure, but I do feel them around me all the time, to be honest.